All right. Let's see here. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. I got my. That's pretty rough. I can't hear myself that well. Check, check, 1, 2. Okay, I can hear it okay. Let's see. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. Oop. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, much better. Much better. We can hear you, Clan? All right. That's good. Wait, let me turn this. Oh, I don't have to turn down. It's perfect volume, actually. How was your day? How's your day been, Clan? It's been all right. I just been super sleepy, man. I was really tired. Got home, went to sleep. Yeah, Dre, there's no snare in my headphones. No, I was like really sleepy. So I took a nap and I set an alarm for 7. But apparently I hit the alarm and on snooze because I was just that sleepy. I don't remember. And then once I woke up, I was like, oh, I missed the whole first half of this game. I wasn't expecting us to win anyways. How poorly they've played over the last few games in the first halves. And then you top that with not having Wimby. I just figured we stream stopped. Is it better? Yeah, our next game is Sunday, 6 o'clock Central. It did? Oh, okay. That's weird. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Gosh, do we talk about this game? Because I literally didn't watch it. I mean, I watched the second half, but like, I feel like I'm losing. It's a lot of context I don't have here. Oh crap. That's the best thing Collins did for the Spurs. He got ejected. Did you see Zach get ejected for doing nothing? You see the Zach? No, I didn't. Give me a second. I'll watch it now. Obviously, I can't show it. Here, I gotta mute the desktop audio. All right, let's see what happened here. Okay, I see. Okay, I see I'm flipping them off, but I don't quite see what happened. Hold on. You guys sure he got ejected for nothing? Let's see. I'm sorry if I type in Zach Collins ejected. Let's see. All right, this is 2 minutes long, so maybe this has a more in-depth, or before him flipping them off. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's loud in my ears. Oh. All right, let's see what he did here. Okay, he fouled him. Obviously fouled him. And then you can hear him say, "What the F?" to the ref. All right, let me continue. That was his third foul at the time. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's a foul. Yeah, and then he hit him in the face. He's still talking. He's still talking to the ref. Okay. And then he screamed out, F you. You guys said he didn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah. He told the ref that he's number one. Yeah. Okay, guys. All right, so like I said, I didn't watch the first half of this game. All right, I was asleep, and I took a nap, and the nap went over too long, okay? I caught the second half, missed the first half. I'm watching this for the first time. Obviously can't show it on video because, you know, copyright and all that. But Zach Collins getting ejected. A lot of people on Twitter and the chat, to be fair, quite a few of you guys said that he didn't do anything. I think maybe it was one of those situations where, like, live, maybe you were looking down for a second or you weren't paying attention. He certainly deserved this, because from what I'm seeing here, let's see, I can just show screenshots, right? So obviously I can't show the clip. But here, he fouls him, and it's a very obvious foul. He pulls Sabonis into him, okay? After pulling Sabonis into him, I mean, he's all over him. Then he hits him in the face. Hold on. Okay, well, I can't get the perfect picture of it, but he hits him in the face. And then after this, right after fouling him, Zach Collins screams out, "What the F?" to the ref. He's continuously talking the entire time. It's like he wanted to get ejected. Oh, you can't see him on the screen. I'm sorry. It's cut off right here. But yeah, he's standing here. He's still talking in the ref's direction. Then he ended up walking past the ref, still talking. Let me see if I can hear what he's saying. No, he's just still talking. He was still talking. And they gave him a tech, right? They gave him a tech, and he should have just went and sat down. But then right here he says F you. Yeah, so he says F you. And then obviously the ref went ahead and gave him another tech. And then obviously this is what everyone was talking about. Well, actually they won't show it on this clip. Hold on, I have to go to Twitter. You got to jump over in different sources here because it looked like ESPN didn't want to post it, but he ended up flipping off the ref. So I'm just giving you a little context if you also fell asleep during the first half. Before I give you my thoughts on this. There we go. All right. So he obviously fouled Sabonis. It was his third foul. Obviously he's frustrated. He screamed out, "What the F?" That didn't give him a tech. But then he continued to talk to the ref, walked past him, said something. Ref gave him a T, and then he screamed out, "F you," and then the ref gave him another T, and then Zach Collins flipped him off. This is a terrible look. This is a terrible look, guys. It's not worth an ejection? What? He screamed after he got the tech. He screamed F you. This just makes the game look soft. What? If screaming F you to the ref doesn't give you a technical, what does give you a technical? What do you mean? What do you mean that's just soft? First off, he fouled him. It was a good call. Okay? He definitely fouled him. And then he started talking trash to the ref. I don't know what he said to the ref walking away. Maybe that didn't merit a tech. But screaming out F you definitely merit a tech. And then this deserves a fine. I don't know what your chat is on. I have no idea what Alex is talking about. Basketball is becoming softer than soccer. Alex, you can't scream out F you to a ref. All right, I love me some nasty, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love me some nasty. But you have to be in the game, okay? You have to be in the game. Zach Collins getting himself ejected and putting himself in this situation did not help us at all. This didn't spark the team, okay? This isn't like the coach seeing no one's showing any energy, so I'm going to spice it up a little bit. No, Zach Collins, we've said this before, he's been in his own head. Something isn't right. I feel like his confidence is a little shot. His morale has been strange. And yeah, now he's just a loose cannon. I don't know why he did this. Yeah, this didn't help the team. Like, he deserved to be ejected for this. And let's be real here, Alex. Let's be real here, okay? If we were on the other side, okay, let's say it was the San Antonio Spurs, you know, going against the, I don't know, we can say Kings. We stay with the Kings. Let's say Sabonis did this. He fouled Zach Collins for a third time, said, "What the F?" Right? That's fine. They didn't give him a tech for that. I agree. That would have been soft. Him just screaming, "What the F?" and getting a tech for that. Okay, that's a little indirect. But then we saw Sabonis go up to the ref and talk trash. And then we saw him walk off and scream to the ref, "F you." I think all of us as fans would say, dang, he's not going to get a tech for that? Like, we will all be like, what the heck? Give him a tech. What? He could just do whatever he wants. Give him a tech. Yeah, technical fouls are there for a reason, man. You can't just scream out F a ref. I agree with the first part. Like, he, you know, if he just said what the F, but he didn't get a tech for that. He just got a foul, and then they ignored the, you know, him screaming out, because guys say stuff all the time during games. But you can't directly say F you and not think that you're going to get kicked. I don't know. He should have just said that under his breath. I mean, this is just a bad look. This is bad leadership right here. And this has been a continuous theme with Zach Collins this season, and I've been really lenient, and I've been trying to be understanding, because I don't think that he deserves as much hate as he normally gets. This right here is pretty bad, guys. This is pretty bad, Alex. All right? You can't just do that. That has nothing to do with the game being soft, all right? You can't go up to a ref and say F you. You just can't. That's just not a good look. All right? There's a certain level of professionalism, decorum. I understand he's frustrated. I'm sure emotions were high. The initial interaction, you get your tech, all right, whatever. You said what you had to say, go sit down. This is just overkill. This is like, yeah, get me out of the game. And we needed him, right? Obviously. Yeah, it's not good energy. He hasn't had a good morale. And as crazy and as wild as our boy Sohan is, right? He makes sure that he's available. as wild as he can get, as snippy as he can get, as under your skin as he can get, maybe he'll get a tech, but he's not gonna get ejected from the game. Actually, I don't even know if Jerry Sohan has gotten ejected from a game. Has he? I don't know. Maybe once. I don't think he has though. But yeah, he keeps it in the confines of the game. He's not going to do anything to jeopardize his team's chances of winning. And I feel like this right here is doing that. But once again, I think it's something going on with Zach Collins. I don't think he's in the right mind space. I mean, it's just wrong. That was after he was ejected the finger. No. I'm sorry. No. I thought I elaborated. No. Yes, that's after. It's just I couldn't show it here because apparently ESPN didn't show it. They didn't want to display it. Yeah, that was after. He did scream out F you, though, walking away. So, let me see. I mean, obviously I can't show it. But reading his lips here. So, he ended up getting a tech because he said something to the ref. I couldn't tell what he said. And then he walks past Mitch Johnson. He looks at the ref again, and he says F you. Right here, he ended up saying F you. Let me make sure. Let me play it one more time. Just for myself. My own sanity. Yeah, he said F you. You could hear it. He said F you. I'm pretty confident that's what he said. And then after that, he got ejected. And then that's when he, flipped him the bird, right? I don't quite understand. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if man, I don't. Pop would not like that. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. I don't want to be another person that just dogpiles on Zach Collins. I really don't. But this isn't a good look. This is bad. This is pretty bad, guys. Let's see. What are some of you guys talking about? But from Zach's point of view, the refs never got on his side for the past week. No wonder rage builds up. It's something been off about him the entire time. It's been this whole season. Something's been off. And it made me think. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't think too hard about this, but I know they talked about Sohan getting into an altercation with someone on the team. I wonder if it was Zach Collins. No excuse for this lack of professionalism from Zach. Yeah, no, you don't do that. I can't even fathom. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. I can't even fathom anyone else on our team doing all of this. He's just been struggling. And, you know, I can't speak for the first two fouls. Obviously, like I said, I'm transparent here. I didn't get to watch the first half. But watching that third foul on Sabonis, it was definitely a justified foul. I mean, he pulled him into him, smacked him in the face. That's a foul. Like, and if we are on the other end of it, camera just shut it. If we were on the other end of it, we definitely would have called a foul there. So it was a foul. He's not necessarily justified in his frustration with the refs, but it's normal for a player to, you know, scream out "what the F" or say something. I could see Jeremy doing it, but not to a ref. Yeah, if Jeremy did it, he'll be low key. He's going to try to keep himself in the game. It's strange. For $17 million a year, he should love playing any position. Oh, someone said that he's doesn't enjoy playing the center position. It might be because he hates playing the center position. Okay. Why is Sabonis always getting attacked? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how he's worth $17 million. I said that we were going to look at this, but maybe we can do it in this segment. Let's see. NBA players' salaries. And we'll see. We'll see if he's worth it. Let's see here. All right. All right. So he's making. Here, we'll find him. You guys said he's making 17. All right. 103. All right. He's making about 17. Let's see if he's worth it. The guys around him. Klay Thompson makes 16. Let's see. PJ Washington makes about 15. Malik Monk makes about 17. Honestly, guys, I think I think that's justified. I think the 17 is justified. If you look around the league here. Obviously, Paolo Banchero, I mean, he's been outplaying his contract, but he's just so young till he hasn't gotten a new contract yet. Yeah, I think it's quite justified. Maybe I would put him in the category of like Alex Caruso, so maybe you could say a little bit less, but big men in general, pretty hard to come by. It's not that bad. All things considered, it's not that bad. You contextualize it next to other players. A lot of these guys that's close to him are probably underpaid, to be honest. Jalen Green makes less than. Oh, I didn't see Jalen Green. I totally missed him. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these guys are quite underpaid. Okay, he makes 12. But next year he's about to make 33. So, I mean, you can just don't worry about that. Yeah, a lot of these guys are just underpaid or just getting ready for a new contract. But overall, most people he's surrounded around, I think he deserves that amount, right? Especially when you're in desperate need for any type of big or backup big. But we definitely expected more from Zach. We expected him to shoot more threes. So I know a lot of people want him traded. I don't think he's long term, right? Like, push comes to shove, worst case scenario, he's gone after next season. But yeah, no, I don't think he's having. I don't think his contract is too crazy, all things considered. Zach is worth 10 to 12 million for me. Let's see who's making 10 to 12. Let's see, Mike Conley, Scotty Barnes. But Scotty Barnes is about to get a big contract. See, a lot of these guys are underpaid, but getting ready to get a bigger contract. Okay, yeah, I would say if you compare him to Chris Paul, sure. Because Chris Paul, for this team, he probably deserves more than 10, you know, for what he's bringing. Leadership-wise, maybe not statistic-wise, but leadership-wise, I think Chris Paul deserves maybe a little bit more than 10. I think it's slightly underpaid for what he's doing. Brandon Miller, obviously he hasn't gotten a chance to get a bigger contract. Let's see, Wendell Carter, Kobe White. Why is Kobe White's contract only 12? Is it crazy to say I think Kobe White might be underpaid here? I know I'm a little off topic, but it kind of bothers me. Let's do stats. I think Kobe White's kind of underpaid here. That's it's good for them, but yeah, Kobe White is, I feel like, severely underpaid with this one. He is underpaid, yeah. Kobe White's still on a rookie deal? He's still on a rookie deal? They just gave him an extension. He shouldn't be. That's weird. Rookie deals last 4 years. Okay, maybe I'm just not super familiar with contracts. I mean, it's been more than 4 years. But, okay. I don't know. Nonetheless, I think that's underpaid. Yeah, so a lot of these guys just seem like they're severely underpaid or getting ready to get a big contract. I don't think Zach Collins is that overpaid. He's definitely underperforming a little bit, but I don't think it's like a, you know, we're giving him star money and we're not getting anything back, you know. I definitely think his contract's better than what Pau Gasol gave us when we gave him his contract. Yeah. Should have drafted Zachy at 8 and cut Collins. Man, you guys know how bad I wanted Buzelis, but honestly, I'm just gonna wait and see before I make that that judgment on what we did with the 8th pick, because those future picks, it does line up pretty well when the Spurs should be a pretty successful team, and we wouldn't be getting lottery picks otherwise. So it, you know, it might end up looking pretty good, being able to switch with the Timberwolves on one of those and then taking their other first round pick. It might be pretty good. It's just one of those, gotta wait and see. We'll forget all about this last draft by that point. Please tell me we won. Oh, we lost. We lost severely. You thought last game's defense was bad. Oh boy. If we cut Zach, we'll have dead money for the next 2 years, so that's not a good idea. Oh yeah, don't just cut him. I don't think you should just cut him. Clan, I instantly feel like when Zach subs in, we are going to be throttled on a 2-14 run until Wemby subs back. I don't think that's 100% true, based on his plus minuses from the last couple games. But I fully understand you, right? I just don't like the morale, right? I just don't like the energy he's giving off. It's very strange energy. I'm not vibing with it. This isn't toughness. This is just irresponsibility. Okay, this is not toughness. This is just being irresponsible. And I think that he's frustrated. Something ain't right. All right, let's end this segment. That was like, ooh, we went on for like 20 minutes talking about this. All right. You can spread the dead cap out over multiple years when you cut players, so it's less per year. Oh, okay. All right. All right. End this segment. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Well, this game was horrible. We're going to go over the press conferences. Let me go ahead and say this. I saw some people on Twitter saying, wow, how can you hate on Keldon when he's having a good performance like this? Look, like I said, I didn't watch the first half, so we're not going to make a whole segment out of this. But based on the second half, I have no idea what people are talking about. Keldon Johnson was god awful. This game, he was god awful, especially on defensive end. Defensive end, it was terrible. Like statistically, you look at the stats and say, well, he had 2 steals and a block. Dude, they attacked him every single play, man. In the second half, at least. KJ came out of the gate scoring. Oh, well, yeah. He's going to be a spark plug, but it was pretty bad from what I saw. I was like, oh my goodness. They could just get whatever they want when he's out there. Wow. Wow, indeed. I don't know. I'm only saying that because I saw quite a few people bring up like, oh, these Keldon haters, what you going to say now? But I'm like, that was pretty awful. I don't know, man. It was pretty bad. Yeah. Team as a whole was pretty awful. I don't know. That was not fun to watch. Energy is gone. People who only look at box score loves Keldon tonight. I suppose, but 1 for 6 from 3, under 50%. I feel like I think what it is a lot of people watch the team, and when we're getting beat down, mollywopped the way that we got mollywopped tonight, I think a lot of people are looking for effort. Someone show effort. It can't be like a technical issue that's going on. It can't be a lack of talent for the night. It has to be, oh, they're just not trying hard enough. They just don't want it enough. And Keldon Johnson, you're constantly seeing him screaming. You're constantly seeing his play style is very aggressive. He goes downhill. And they think that that's like, that's good basketball because he's trying. But trying isn't enough. I feel like all our guys are trying. It's just you have to play smart. Trying isn't good enough. And when he turn into games where Keldon Johnson is taking the most shots on the team, it's a terrible look. Another thing too that I want to bring up is it's dumb. I know we shouldn't have to talk about this, but I think it's pretty dumb. But quite a few people have brought up the fact that since Jeremy Sohan came back, the Spurs have lost 3 games. They're like, oh, they lost 3 games. We're better off without him. I think that's a very foolish way of viewing this. Okay. I don't know. If you go back to, let's see, when did we have 2021? Let's see here. Was it 21, 22? Yeah. All right. So we take last season versus the 21-22 season. Which team would you say is a better team overall, right? Now you can see there's quite a few W's here in 2021-22. Then if you go to 2022-23, a lot of long losing streaks. I think it would be silly to say, actually, wait. I went to the wrong year. I needed 23-24. That's what I meant. Yeah. Here we go. This is really bad. I feel like it will be a little silly to say that you will rather have the 21 team than the 23 team. The reason why I say that is because I think that a lot of people look at the roster and they're like, well, we looked better with this talent out of the lineup. But in actuality, in the long scheme of things, they're just trying to adjust right now. But the long scheme of things, you're definitely a better team with them on it. I mean, we can make the argument that, well, the Spurs, I mean, with Wemby, they're worse, right? Because look at last season versus when Keldon Johnson ran the show. And that would be a silly way of viewing it. Actually, how many wins did we even have when it was the Keldon Johnson show? Do you guys remember? Gosh, it doesn't just pop up right here. Oh, here we go. We can just do it like this. Oh, it was still 20. It was still 20. Oh, it was still 22. Wait, we had 22 wins 2 seasons in a row? That's terrible. Oh, it was less games. Was it less games? Wait, no, it wasn't. I'm getting all my seasons mixed up. We were mid for so long. Is it 21-22 I was trying to... Okay, now I'm getting confused with my own point. I don't even know my point anymore. I guess my point is, just because your record shows that you were slightly better than another season doesn't necessarily mean... The win-loss doesn't tell the whole story, right? The 2021-22 San Antonio Spurs are not better than last year's team. I don't actually believe that. I don't think the wins and losses told the whole story. I think that last year's team is much more talented than the 21-22 team. It's just that they played together a little bit more, right? And you had a player that, you know, been with us for a little while, and you can manage to get some wins. But I don't necessarily think in the long scheme of things that's a better outcome. So my point is, keep Jeremy Sohan on the team, and don't think just because a couple games you got a loss, it's necessarily his fault. I think that's a huge leap. And also, you need him, okay? You're going to be a better team because of it. I guess that's all I was trying to say. I don't know. It was a little convoluted. I'm sorry. I jumped all over the place. Let's see. Clan, have you noticed the smooth transition play by Sohan this season after grabbing rebounds? Those point guard minutes paid off? Exactly. You know, one thing about... We mentioned that before. Like, people that kept saying, well, the point guard experiment didn't pay off. And I'm like... It did. You can tell that he's playing better, that he's seeing his teammates a little bit better on the court. It definitely paid off. It just didn't pay off the way, you know, that maybe fans thought it would. And also, he wasn't point guard for that long. Like, it was a good chunk, but it wasn't that long. And even when they put Trey Jones in the starting lineup, we still were losing. At the same clip, just about. Clan, like I said yesterday, Sohan is not the problem. Sohan has put in hard work to improve in each season. He is full of morale. He actually holds his teammates accountable. He has to put the team first. He's done a phenomenal job. And I'm not going to sit here and just be biased. I know you guys know that I really like Jeremy Sohan as a player, right? I'm crazy about Sohan as a player. But if he's messing up, I will say he's messing up, or that he's not working out. Like, I'm totally okay with it. Derek White is one of my favorite Spurs players of all time. You guys know every other video I had a Derek White one out. But when they got rid of him, I thought that it was for the betterment of the team, right? Josh Primo, the same thing. I was talking about Primo like every single day. When they got rid of him, I didn't sit here and say, wow, that's so silly. He could have been this, he could have been... It was like, no. Based on what he did, I don't want him anywhere near this team. It's going to be toxic. It's not a good work environment. Right? He got to go. If he's not working on his issues, he got to go. So, and I would be the same way with Sohan, but there's nothing that he's shown over the course of his first 3 seasons as a Spur that merits me saying just about anything negative, to be honest with you. Other than the obvious, like, oh, I want to see him shoot more threes. But like, okay. When he first came into the league, I never expected him to even be as good of a shooter as he is now. Like, I was not expecting it. I was not expecting him to be a decent free throw shooter at all. In college, he was horrible on that end. I just expect him to be a versatile big who can guard 1 through 5, play somewhat of a Draymond Green role. And yeah, you can put him in not any position, but you can put him on the bench. You can start him, but he's going to bring that energy. And he's going to play smart, high IQ player. So, like, that's all I expected. I wasn't expecting the extra stuff. Everything else that he's added to his game is just icing on the cake for me. My expectations stopped there. I don't have Patrick Beverley expectations where it's like he could be a superstar. I don't know about all that. All I know is what he is important, and he should be on this roster, right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody wants him to shoot more threes. He needs to make his wide open threes first. I don't think he's taking any threes. Look, tonight he took 2. Like, he's not taking threes. You know? You can't say, like, I want him to hit his 3. He's not taking them. The last time he shot more than 3 threes, actually, the last time he shot more than 2 threes in a single game was against Utah at the end of October. So I know he just came back, but still, he doesn't take that many threes. Is it weird to say that I think he took more last season? Or is that just a vibe? No, I think it's a little bit more variety of him taking more threes. Yeah. Anyways. Dude, he was really good from 3 in January. He was 37% from 3 in January. Then he fell off the last 2 months. Sohan took way more threes last season. Let's see. Average. Here, we'll just go to stats. It'll show us. Oh, yeah. He's taking the least amount of threes in his career right now. So, yeah. That's why I'll take this 20% with a grain of salt. He is going to the free throw line at a higher clip. But it's such a small sample size. I mean, it's hard to compare a 74 game season to a 9-game season, you know. He's improved 10 times over 1 year. Yeah, he's been great, dude. He's been great. Another thing too, I mean, I know it's a short sample size once again, but like his efficiency is much higher as well, right? 50% field goal percentage. If you're over 50% at all, that's pretty decent. 15 points per game. Yeah, he's definitely improved. But I would like to see him hit more threes or take more threes. Take advantage of what the defense is giving him. Plus, Sohan screening with CP3 is really effective. Sohan is constantly doing his job and doing an efficient, and being efficient with it. All right, let's go ahead and look at these press conferences, guys. Let's see. Who do you guys want to start with? Who do you want to start with? What do you want? How do you feel? I don't even remember how the song go. Down for real. How do you want it? There it is. How do you feel? Or how does it feel? I gave Wemby the benefit of the doubt until the loss against the Lakers. Wemby gotta get in the paint. We need Zach Collins press. We desperately need Zach Collins press. Yeah, you're right. Chatter, you are correct. We desperately need Zach Collins press. Let me quadruple check. All right, let me quadruple check. Make sure Zach Collins doesn't have one. Let's see. No, Zach Collins did not speak tonight. Honestly, it's probably for the best. All right, cool. So I think it'd be a good idea to see what Mitch Johnson had to say. Let's see. And you know they're going to ask about Zach Collins. And if they don't, that's an issue. All right, let me turn this volume up.
Guess can't get Victor back fast enough defensively, or did you expect a little bit better effort on that end, even without him?
Without Wemby, I could be wrong. I felt as if the Spurs were decent in the other games that we didn't have. We didn't have Wemby for a few games this season, and I thought that they were much better.
Devin and then Zach, of course.
I thought the effort was better tonight. I thought the competitiveness was better tonight. Definitely plenty of things to improve upon. I believe in our last 8 periods have been all 30-plus quarters, which is unacceptable. But
we gave up 140 points. But you know what? I guess if Zach Collins ejects himself out of the game, then, you know, what do you do?
I do think the competitiveness and the effort was better tonight.
You guys are shorthanded and Zach gets the ejection. What was your reaction to that?
I didn't see what was said.
I can tell you. I don't know what he said the first time, but he was yapping at the refs. And then he said, F you. And then the ref said, okay, here's another tech for you. And then he flipped him off.
And so at that point, there was enough going on. We just moved on and tried to hold the fort together with the group that we had.
You mentioned the 30 points in the last 8 quarters. What if effort wasn't the issue, what has been one of the problems in that area?
Lack of a big man. Consistency.
I think tonight, sometimes Sacramento's a very good team. They made some shots, and that sometimes happens. It's like when you make a good team work, they still make shots. And that's why I think sometimes tonight, again, 140 points is not anywhere near what we expect of ourselves, but it did feel a little bit differently than last night. To your question, though, we can clean up in all areas. Transition defense, our one-on-one defense has been probably the most disappointing. You know, that has nothing to do with Victor. I know Victor will get a lot of discussion in this topic, but our one-on-one defense has been better and should be better and will be better.
Would you make a Julian champ?
Without Wemby, defense pretty much non-existent. Our defense actually was decent at times when we didn't have Wemby. It wasn't much of a cone show before. These last couple games have been horrible, but that wasn't the case this season. I felt like even when Wemby sat, we were still pretty decent defensively. So yeah, not quite sure. We just moved on. That says a lot. Oh, about the Zach Collins thing? I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't got a vibe of how everyone has felt about Zach Collins thus far. Cone show, hilarious. We were just a cone show, man.
Penny tonight, 2 career highs in points and 3-pointers made.
I think he's been great all year. I think he's been rock solid and consistent, and his game continues to reflect that.
At the beginning of the season, he said that his mindset was really just to keep shooting, make or miss. Have you kind of seen that from him from the beginning of the year to now, and have you noticed, I guess, it's starting to pay off?
Yeah.
We relied on Julian Champagnie, and I'm not trying not to be negative, man, but we relied on Julian Champagnie and Keldon Johnson to save us. You're doomed, okay? You're doomed. It would be one thing if that's all we had, but that's not true. And by the way, I thought Sohan did fine, but we shouldn't rely on Sohan offensively either, right? I don't know. I would rather rely more on Chris Paul, even Steph Castle to an extent, but Steph Castle hasn't been that great offensively. But we're not going to talk bad about him, okay? He's a rookie. I don't know. It's just a bad look. It's just a bad look. I don't feel like people or the team was moving like they were before. I don't feel like the ball movement was as good as it was before. It's just, I don't know. It's not great basketball to me.
I think when we got him, I don't know how you'd say it with the seasons, but almost 2 seasons ago now at the end of that, Pop challenged him to believe in himself and have confidence through the highs and the lows of the season, and then also asked him to step up in some of those areas, and he has, and it's been cool to see.
Did you guys know what you were getting with him? Obviously, he was an in-season sort of signing. Did you have any inkling what you were getting from him when that took place?
Our front office did, I guess. We just, got a kid that we heard about and we had an idea of, and he's turned out to be that. So Brian and his crew should get credit for that.
By the way, this is an example of a functioning franchise, okay? And I truly do believe him when he says this. They aren't super familiar. Like, I think a lot of people think that Popovich is pulling the strings and he makes sure that you get this exact player and this. They ask Pop for his opinion, but the front office does their thing. Popovich's job is to coach. Mitch Johnson's job is to coach. And that's what they do. So that's a functional franchise for you right there. Blake should have gotten minutes on Fox while Steph defended Monk. Been really weird lately.
We're talking about Chris before the game, passing Kid. He almost did it tonight. Just speak to his great play that you've gotten from him all season.
Yeah, I thought he was great for stretches for us tonight and controlling the game and trying to keep us in it. And like I said, I thought a lot of the guys had effort and fight tonight and more competitiveness than last night. And you tip your cap to Sacramento. They played a very well game.
They scored 140. Like I said, I was very transparent. I didn't see the first half of this game. All right, I only saw the second half. Effort's always there for the most part. Yeah, last game was pretty rough, but yeah, effort was there. But you still gave up 140 points. 104. We're better than that.
One of the better bright spots today was the team came out stronger in that first.
Yeah, they had 4 guys with 22 points. And mind you, I'm not trying to be mean, but they attacked Keldon every single time. So when you have Zach Collins, basically the only big that we have, right? I mean, we have Bassey, he's undersized or whatnot, but Zach Collins is basically all we got defensively. That's kind of it. Bassey can get a block here and there. He's very athletic. But that's kind of all you got. And when he gets himself ejected, and then now all the Kings have to do is just, hey, we're just going to attack Keldon, attack the rim, get up. You kind of done. You kind of cooked.
Quarter, what do you make of that beginning opening?
Yeah, just trying to continue to improve upon all these things. The defense, the starts, the third quarter, the execution, and just being more consistent in all those areas and not skip steps.
Back to Victor. I think Sunday might be the day he returns or game time decision again.
Please.
Yeah, I think we'll just continue to take it day to day. And
oh my God. He's okay. He's okay. Let him play. Tell him to play. My God. Jeez. Hold on, let me see how many games Vic actually has been out this, because I mentioned that earlier, so I don't want to just throw that out there and be completely off on it. Let's see here. It's 2023, 2020, 2024. I have to go to this specific game real quick. I'm going the long ways, okay? I could just search it, but we're getting complicated here. Wait, why would I go to this game when, oh my God. What am I thinking? Obviously, he didn't play in this game. Come on, Clan. All right. We know he played in this god-awful Suns game. All right. Let's go to Vic. Victor Wembanyama. Stats. 18. So what's that? He missed. How many games did he miss? Because how many games are we on now? He missed a few. Like 3 or 4. He's been out like 5-6 games. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what our record is. Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. All right, ending segment on this one. I have nothing else to say. It's just sad. You gave up 140 points. Like, yeah, me personally, I'm not gonna praise the effort. I mean, I feel like the Spurs 98% of the time show the effort. I don't know, 140 points. Okay, let's see here. I'll be honest. I'll be real. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really want to hear Julian Champagne's post game that much, but I am interested in Chris Paul's. So we're gonna listen to Chris Paul.
Mitch said he saw, sounds strange, but he saw some defensive improvement effort-wise tonight. What have you seen from the defense the last two games? I mean, losing Victor is huge, but did you expect that?
139, which someone told me that was the worst defense of any NBA team. Is that the most points scored in an NBA game this year? And then we just break our own record with 140? If I'm wrong, tell me, chat.
To go down this much?
Yeah, our defense has sort of been our staple all season long. Regardless whether we win or lose, we've been able to get stops. So giving up 140 tonight, I don't know what we gave up last night, but that's not really our identity. So we get a nice off day tomorrow and get another crack at it on Sunday.
No, it was just that night. Oh, the most scored that night. Okay, got you. I thought 139. I was like, really? Did 141 tonight. Oh, okay, so 109 was worse yesterday. Gotcha. Okay, so it wasn't the season. I was about to say.
Can you speak to Julian Champagne's confidence this season? It's something he said he wanted to focus on at the beginning of it, and so I'm curious what you've seen from him this year.
Man, Ju has been great. You know what I mean? I think shooting it with confidence, not even thinking about it, letting it fly. Playing against him last year, I think I guarded him, and I just saw, like, you might close out on him, he still shoot it, and that's when you know somebody's confident. And during camp and before the season started, I just told him, I'll try to find you as much as possible, just continue to shoot it. And he's been doing great, mixing it up, driving and shooting it, and it was a great game for him tonight.
Please bring up the Zach Collins ejection.
3 shy of leapfrogging Jason Kidd in the second all-time assist-wise. Has that sunk in, or is it something you look at after your career is over? Or?
Yeah, it's wild, because, 5 years ago I had seen that number, and it's like, man, are you going to play long enough to do that? Seriously, I remember being a rookie, I said that before, looking up in Utah, seeing John Stockton, the all-time steals and assist leader, so yeah, it's kind of crazy because, I'm grateful for the opportunity to still continue to play. It's been so many.
Super off topic. I love this hoodie and I need it, but I already know if I find it, it's going to be like over $1,000, right? Just like when we looked up that Keldon Johnson jacket.
He's done here, he's done there, So I think it's a lot of gratitude. And, when and if that happens, I'll be grateful. And I think my family will be here to share that with me.
It's so clean.
Speaking of that, how are you feeling just in general? The locker room's obviously had a few injuries here and there. There's, I guess it's 3 games in a row now lost, but how are you feeling? How's the locker room overall feeling?
Yeah, it's way better than that striped sweater he wore. That looked
I'm good as far as my body, all that, mentally, all that stuff. But I think for us, we definitely need to get a win. You don't want to get used to this losing stuff. Obviously, it's been a tough stretch for us right now with different bodies in and out. But that's why it's next man up mentality. But
this is why I don't think anybody should say the team is better when Sohan isn't playing. I think that that's a very short-sighted way of viewing it. First off, I don't think that he's responsible for these last 2 losses at all. I think he's had really good games. But second, or first, last 2, I meant last 3. But second, yeah, no, that's not a good way of viewing it. You wouldn't say that the 21-22 Spurs team is, because they had a better record, is better than, you'd rather have that team than last year's team. It's like, no, it just doesn't work like that. Guys played together for a certain amount of time this season, right? And now you're adjusting to new people coming in and out. Trey Jones have come in and out, and then you got to get used to that. Sohan was out, and then he goes back in. You got to get used to that. It's getting used to everything, but you can't just say this player doesn't fit. You need a big enough sample size for me to say this player doesn't fit. And Sohan in particular, that archetype, that type of player that he is, that play style, it has been conducive to winning in all of NBA history. Like that type of player, you can find them on dynasty teams all of the time. So the way that he plays does not hurt the team. I think that that's very ridiculous. If anyone actually believes that, that's not true. I mean, just look at any past dynasty, right? Look at most teams that won championships. You have that type of archetype on their roster to some capacity. Some better than others, but it is that type of player on the team. And I think that the Spurs got a really good one, better than some of the other ones that we've seen that on teams that have been successful.
You know, been a tough few games for us, but it's really hard to win in this league. You know, winning one game is really hard, so you definitely want to get back on the winning train just so you don't forget what that feels like.
I think Mitch talked about.
It's so weird. It's so weird because I don't know. Me being a Spurs fan, I'm very used to winning. So this has been strange. The last few years have been strange.
He said he didn't want to make the discussion on the defensive end all about Victor. He said that there's been a lot of, I guess, poor play on individual one-on-one defense, things like that. What have you seen from the last few games?
I got to watch film. You know, the 2 games was too quick to do that. But I think, you know, we just got to continue to help each other. You know, definitely individual defense matters, but the best defensive teams in the league are team defense. You know, and I think we just got to continue to watch. You know, watch games, try to learn people's tendencies and teams' tendencies. And as we get better at that, I think we'll continue to get better.
Mendito? Hopefully I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Jeremy plays like Manu in those lanes and near rim, sometimes hard to explain. No, I get what you're saying. It's very high basketball IQ, making smart cuts, taking the right angles on guys. It's not easy. It looks easy. It looks like, because some people say, which is so silly, they'll say, oh, he's stat padding. But it's like, no, he's taking the right angle on guys. That's why he's constantly open under the rim. It isn't just because he's just sitting there waiting to get the ball. It's because he's making very smart cuts. He's looking at what the defense is giving him, and he's finding those small openings to do it. So, yeah. Manu would do that all the time. Manu was great at everything, but yeah.
Ryder, spots of the game was just how y'all started. How do you sustain that, though, for entire game?
Yeah, I mean, if we knew that wouldn't happen tonight, you know. But I think for us, you know, they got the analytics and statistics of everything, and we haven't been one of the better teams in the first quarter. Third quarter has really been our quarter, but I think for us, we're just trying to find consistency through the whole game. And once we figure that out, I think we'll see much brighter spots.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right,
All right, cool. Well, let's listen to that last part one more time because that was pretty positive.
of everything. And
the game was just how y'all started. How do you sustain that, though, for entire game?
yeah, I mean, if we knew that wouldn't happen tonight, you know. But I think for us, you know, they got the analytics and statistics of everything, and we haven't been one of the better teams in the first quarter. Third quarter has really been our quarter, but I think for us, we're just trying to find consistency through the whole game. And once we figure that out, I think we'll see much brighter spots.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. And I think it is important to keep in mind that this team is young. It says Spurs need players like Aaron Baines or Thiago Splitter. I hope they get something like that. I think that's a little bit of nostalgia, my friend. I think that's a little bit of revisionist history. Aaron Baines wasn't that good. He wasn't bad, but like, yeah. And a Tiago Splitter on this team, I wouldn't want a Tiago Splitter on this team. You know, he worked well next to Duncan. No. But yeah, I don't think Baines was really that great. Honestly. Baines will be getting so much hate if he had to take a huge role on this team. We didn't even play Wemby, not worried. We'll be all right. Tiago too slow for this team. That's true too. Tiago had high IQ. Yeah. He was a good connector, you know. He's a finesse big. Good connector. Boris will work on this team. Yeah, Boris will work on this team. Of course. Boris is one of those archetypes that I feel like works on just about any team. We need Zach attack minutes next to Wemby. You don't want Zach next to Wemby. We saw what that looked like. The Spurs already tried that, and it wasn't good. Boris is my favorite non-Hall of Fame Spurs all time. I think mine might be Derek White and Kyle Anderson. Two players that didn't win a championship, but I think they're really good. All right, we'll end the segment here. I don't think there's much else to say. You think there's anything else to say? Nah. Chris Paul's like, nah, let's go ahead and end it. Yeah. All right. Well, those were fine segments. Were these fun games to watch? No. All right, no. They weren't fun game to watch. Did we learn something? Yes, but only what we already knew. That the Spurs need to work on their first halves. But I'm sorry. I think losing Zach Collins is a big deal in this game. But I just don't see how you give up 140 points 2 nights in a row. Because we have pretty good defenders. But like I said, guys, as soon as you start to feel like the team is relying on Keldon, we're in trouble. We're losing the game. I mean, we can't find anything, and they're not playing good team ball. Got to be Wemby adjustments or chemistry. It's a lot of adjustments the Spurs had to make, man. Work on their free throws. This team has me in shambles, bruh. Hey, to be fair, it's only been a couple games, right? It's only been a couple games, or a few games. We were very excited not that long ago. We'll get back there. So the only thing that's changed for me over the course of this season, everyone is who I thought they were, right? I'm not even shocked by Castle. Right? I knew he was a stud going into the draft. So the only thing that's changed for me is I'm not crazy about Zach Collins. I'm starting to get on that boat with the rest of Spurs fans. I'm starting to not vibe with what's going on here. Keldon, I feel like hurts the team overall, to be honest. Oh, no, no, he doesn't. When you talk about who fits and who doesn't, yeah, Keldon, at times he can fit. I just haven't seen him consistently be that, you know. And defensively, he has been consistently bad. Not even consistently inconsistent. I feel like he's been consistently bad. He's just not a good defender, and he never will be a good defender. And that's okay. You can make up for that when you have good enough defenders around him, and if he's playing his role significantly well, right? But in situations like this, you're in a tough spot. If you're relying on him offensively, so you have to keep him in the game, but then the opposing team can just get whatever they want on the opposite end. I mean, you're just in a really tough spot at that point. That's why I don't think you can rely, or you should have to rely on him. Just a bad look. Zach, just a definitive backup, can't start. Yeah. Hey, Clan, I wish we had a Bill Laimbeer type player on our team, putting the opponent teams on notice. We aren't going to be pushed around by teams like Rockets, Kings, Lakers, Suns. You know, it's kind of funny because Zach Collins was supposed to be that, right? I mean, that's what we kind of talked about when Wemby first got drafted. Everyone thought he would be like, you know, Wemby's backup, but that has not really been the case. You know, I don't know. He lost his sauce, man. I don't know what's going on. And I will advocate for a player if I find that they are bringing something to the table. But Zach Collins, man, I don't like the vibe. I don't like the vibes that he's giving off. I feel like his confidence is shot. We saw tendencies of that happening before, like last season when he couldn't get his three going. We saw tendencies that he can get that way. But we were just kind of hoping that, hey, you know, that was just last season. You know what I mean? Did we get any Keldon and Jeremy minutes together tonight? I can't tell you. Like I said, I didn't watch the first half of the game. And I don't remember in the second. Chat probably knows. Do you guys know? I don't see how you wouldn't have been able to get them together tonight. That wouldn't make sense. They had to play together. Right? Wouldn't their minutes have overlapped? Clan, what backup big can we trade for right now? Honestly, I don't think there's any right now. Pop telling him to stop shooting, aging like wine. Yeah, Pop got pretty upset. And it has to be to be a little bit more charitable towards Zach. It has to be miserable for him, right? From last season. I mean, during the off season to be working on your shot nonstop and to come in and it's just not hitting. I mean, it's just not doing what you want it to. And he just says, screw it, I'm gonna resort back to where I can get minutes. And the Spurs have been wishy-washy on whether or not they want to play him. I just don't think they have that many options. But they've been wishy-washy. I mean, that one game was really telling when they just sat him for most of it. I mean, even when Bassey was struggling, they still like just said, screw it, we're not putting you in. It wasn't until later they threw him in the game. Not that he was much effective, but something's going on. Spurs do a good job of hiding it. Not necessarily, not saying hiding in a bad way. I know that sounded like I was saying in a bad way, but it's a good thing that they're good at this. But they don't sit here and let everyone know what's going on. They don't air out the dirty laundry. Get healthy, Spurs. Yeah. I just had a lot of faith in this team because, even though we weren't the most healthy team in the world, they still did a good job of, competing and staying in these games and winning a couple, So I just figured you always would be able to. But game like this, it was like, well, that's just a beatdown, man. I mean, they kind of stayed in the game somewhat, but, No, I probably for sure told him something about minutes, some sort of conversation. The best, oh, let me look at something. I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to see something. Someone told me that Sohan didn't dab up Zach Collins, but that's not true. When he got ejected, he did. That's not true. I think this team healthy could potentially make the bottom of the playoffs with a few adjustments, of course. Hey, I'm sticking with my prediction. 44 wins, you don't make the playoffs. That's what I'm going with. 44 wins, no playoffs. I don't even know if it's play-in, but I say 44, no playoffs. Which, if the Spurs make the playoffs, I don't think they're getting too far. Not trying to be negative, a negative Nancy here, but I think it's just the truth. I don't think they get too far. So, 44 wins, not making the playoffs or whatever, still a win-win. You improved significantly from last season, so you know what the team needs, what works, what doesn't. And then add on top of it that, you get a great pick and a great draft. So it's no big deal. I'm going to keep cheering for him. It's not like I'm cheering for us to lose. It's not like the tank season. The tank season, I was actually cheering for us to lose. Like, I wanted us to lose. And there was people that didn't understand that. It's like, it's not guaranteed that you get Wemby. Why would you want us to lose? It's like, who cares? Who cares if it's not guaranteed? You have a chance. Go for it. Yeah, 44 wins no matter what. Yeah, I'm thinking 44. 44 is really good, by the way. From last season, that's really good. If something crazy clicks, they can win a series. They're not winning a series. That's not going to happen. They're not winning a series. Because you got to think about it. If the Spurs end up in the playoffs, they're going to be bottom, right? I mean, they're going to be bottom. It's not like they're going to be in a good position playoff-wise. You're going to be going against the best team in the West. You're not winning a series. But it's okay, guys. Like, this isn't our team yet, Everyone knows this isn't our team yet. It's okay. It's still just a few guys that are guarantees. The only added guarantee from last season is Steph Castle. That's it. This isn't our team. This isn't the winning playoff Spurs team. You don't have to worry about that. We'll be all right. But they're not winning the series. There's no way you win a series. Spurs to 35 win team with Zach Collins. I think they're better. I think they're better than 35. $44 used to mean a playoff seed. Yeah, not anymore. Thanks for the confidence, clan. What? That's okay. Like, this isn't. We knew that this is going to be we're in it for the long haul, right? Like, the Spurs are still building. I'm going to be cheering for us to win. We're still going to have a good time. We're still going to get plenty of wins, way more wins than last season. We're going to have a phenomenal time. But playoffs, that's just a whole nother beast, man. That's a whole nother step. Let's try to win some regular season games first. Consistently. That's a whole nother beast. But you're not going to win a playoff game or playoff series if Wemby gets better in the course of this season. That's another thing too. Wemby hasn't even had a full offseason to develop, really. Definitely not winning the series without luck, but I love the confidence. The luck would have to be insane. I mean, it would have to be, because we're talking a team that's been consistently great all season long. Usually how this goes, when you have glaring issues, and you're a young team, Spurs a young team, and you have glaring issues like you can't start games off strong and you can't be consistent. This is 2 seasons now. You can't be consistent for all 4 quarters. When you get into a playoff series, that's really exposed, right? A lot of those tendencies are going to come back up. You're not going to fix a ton of issues in the midst of a season unless you had guys that been together, that's been there before, that's been through playoff series before. This team is way too inconsistent. They're way too 50-50. And I mean, I said we're going to win 44 games, so I think we're a pretty 50-50 team. They're way too 50-50 that if you go into a playoff series against a team that's been consistently great all season, no. It would have to be a crazy amount of like injuries or something. And if that's the case, then it's like, what's the point, guys? Like, you know, I'm actually see it as a positive thing. If the Spurs can fight it out, fight it out the best they can. You don't make the playoffs, that's fine. You know, you get a good lottery pick. You move on. Next season, that's when we really should have even higher expectations. But they're going to try. They're going to play hard. They're going to attempt. They are a good team. I do think that they can beat anybody, in the regular season for sure. Just we're talking a series, that's a whole nother thing. Now, if you're talking let's say they make the play-in. I don't think they make the playoffs, but I think they can win the play-in. I think that's a possibility if you want to see that as a playoff series. I mean, it's not, but I'm just saying if you're actually in the playoffs, no, that's a wrap. You need luck. And you need a lot. You need consistency. You need to know how to win. You need a lot. Even some of the better Spurs teams couldn't get it done. Right? Like, I mean, the Spurs were stacked that one season. You had LaMarcus Aldridge, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, David West at the time. That was a big signing. You had a stacked team. And they still couldn't get it done. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot to win not only a game, but a series. That's tough. You got to be a pretty solid team to win a playoff series in the NBA, in the West. If we're in the East, I think I would agree with you guys that, we could take a series. But, well, no, actually, no, I don't. No, I do. I would agree. Because if we were in the East, where would we be? Let's see here. Yeah, we were in the East because we wouldn't. The Spurs are like 11 and let's see, like 11, 12. So we'll be around here. We'll be fighting for 6, 5, 4. The Spurs could very well at the end of the season land at like 5 or 6. What did 46 wins give you last year? Oh no, you didn't make the playoffs last year in the East with that. I don't know. But then again, in the East, it will be a little easier overall. So I guess that's not a good way of viewing it. So I think the Spurs could land around 5. And if that's the case, yeah, I think they could probably take a series in the East. But we're looking at barely getting into the playoffs, and you're like an 8th seed, and you have to go against the Thunder. That Thunder or Mavericks or no. I don't think it's a sweep. I'll say that, but. He took a $15 million pay cut to chase a ring for the Warriors. Yeah, he wanted that ring before he left, before he retired. But we knew that he was ring chasing with us, right? It's not like he came to us because he wanted to develop a little bit more, or extend years on his career. No, he ring chased. The Spurs were a team you could ring chase with at that time. Let's see here. Perk got Wemby take about playoffs. Dune from the moment Sohan and Vassell got hurt. We'll be all right. It's a long season. Keep in mind we still have like 60 games left. Like, they'll be okay. And the NBA, we're gonna need at least, man, give us at least 10 games of these guys playing together in a row. And I think that they'll find their groove again, but yeah. The stuff I'm saying right now, I couldn't say it on Facebook because people would be calling me out. What did you say? Facebook is kind of like, I can't say what I want on Facebook. Facebook is kind of lame. Facebook is only good for specific groups. I wouldn't get on there for sports. Like, people over there are just weird, man. I wouldn't get over there for any political stuff. I wouldn't get over there to talk about anything, even sports related. I think it's good for like informative things. Well, no, what am I trying to say? Very niche groups, I think is good for. But not sports. Sports fans in general can be pretty rough. So on Facebook, if they're on Facebook constantly talking about sports, these are like some of the worst people. I don't know. I feel like that sentence was kind of incoherent. I just don't like Facebook for most things. Like, for instance, I joined a Japanese group on Facebook, like foreigners who have moved to Japan, that has some experience there, and I could post a question on there and get some pretty decent responses, right? Like, that's good. But anytime I've got on Facebook to look at anything Spurs related, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. Facebook is not a good site. These people are really dumb. You know what I mean? Facebook Marketplace is the only reason I log in. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is good. I've sold a few things off of that before. What else? I'm trying to think what else about Facebook that's good. I knew someone that was on Facebook dating. I don't know if it's actually good though. Yeah, Marketplace is lit. Yeah, it's pretty good. Bought a sick coffee table. Heck yeah. Yeah, but like I said, it's good for like niche things like, oh, I'm moving somewhere, or you know, anybody knows of any jobs in the area, stuff like that. I think it's pretty decent when it's more informed. Okay, maybe that's how I could say it. I think that's the best way of viewing it. When it's more informative, it's good. It's good on there. When it's informative, it's good. When it's opinion based, it's really bad, right? Like I've tried to make a concerted effort on this channel that when we have, I mean, you know, sometimes I get pretty irritated, but like, you know, it's not toxic to the point where I'm like calling you guys names or anything, but like I try to make it where it doesn't go too far. Like, yeah, we can have our disagreements, we can argue, we can fight or whatever, but it's not going to be anybody in here, you know, calling a certain player out of their name or calling each other out of our names or nothing like that. Like, I think that's toxic. And then it's like, all right, look, we got to put you on timeout, right? And I think that's good. I think you can cultivate a pretty cool community that way. But something like Facebook, it's just unregulated and people just do whatever, say whatever. I don't know if it's as bad as Twitter, but it's pretty bad. Yeah, so when it's opinion based, people have pretty terrible opinions when it comes to sports. They have no idea, you know, what they're talking about. Which it's not like I sit here and it's like everything I say, it's like, oh yeah, it's 100% true. It's just how I feel about it. But I try my best not to be toxic about it. And Facebook just isn't like that. You know? So yeah, if you get on Facebook for like more informative things like, hey, is there a job in the area? Hey, I'm looking for a place to stay, you know, finding groups for that. Or I don't know, maybe even groups for gaming, right? Like groups for D&D or something. Like, oh, I'm looking for D&D people around this area. You know, that might be pretty good. That might be pretty good. I haven't tried that. I haven't played D&D. I never played D&D, but you know, local news and drama. Yeah, local news can be okay. Just don't go to the comments. Just take the news for what it is and move on. Don't look at the comments. They will make you mad. I used to be on Facebook just arguing with people all the time. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I even doing? This is like taking something out of me because these people aren't listening. You can show them like real life statistics, facts. It didn't matter. What are we doing here? They don't care about that. They just want to spew their opinion, right? I feel like it's cool when you can take an opinion that you had before, get new information, and change your opinion. That doesn't happen a lot. On the internet in general, but especially on Facebook, it does not happen. Me with defending Sohan. Luckily for me, when it comes to Sohan, the stats are also on my side, so. People don't care about stats. Well, they care about the box score, you know. Sometimes, I feel like a lot of people watch these games. They already have a preconceived notion of certain players, and then they just look at the stats to confirm what they, you know. Like, I think there's a lot of cognitive dissonance going on with Sohan, for instance, right? I think that a lot of people don't like Sohan, and they don't know because sometimes with cognitive dissonance, you don't even know it exists, right? So like I think a lot of people don't like him, like personality wise. They don't like that he changed his hair all the time. You know, that goes directly against social norms, very similar to how people feel about David Robinson, or not David Robinson, I'm sorry, Dennis Rodman. So yeah, it goes against norms. People don't like it. They feel icky about it. They don't like him that much. All the piercings and the changing the hair color every game, and that's how they feel. But they don't recognize that that's how they feel, and they kind of project it in different ways. So if he have a game where he missed a couple layups, those couple layups that he missed is just overblown. Like all of a sudden now he had like the worst game in the world, and they don't even recognize they just don't like him. You know, I think that that's what's going on with him. And it also doesn't help that he has the type of game that if you're not paying attention, I guess you wouldn't know how good he's playing. He's not getting like 50 blocks a game. To be frank, I think that's just the internet. You can show evidence, but they'll deny it with narratives. Yeah, that's true. And narratives are easier to follow, right? Like narratives are just easier to follow. Narratives are easier to it's just easier to explain things away, right? Like last year, like for instance, right now I'm saying Zach Collins, I feel like there's something up. I don't know what it is, but I can start to create a narrative. I could jump on his Instagram or something and say, that's weird. I've noticed that he unfollowed this person. Maybe he's having this issue with this person. This is happening here, and this is and then create a narrative in my head, and now all of a sudden that's what's going on, right? But in actuality, I have no idea. I'm saying that I think that there's something because his morale has been off, but I have no idea what it is. I'm trying not to create like a narrative behind what's going on with Zach Collins. And with Keldon, it's nothing personality wise. It's not that I dislike Keldon. I actually genuinely do like Keldon, right? No dissonance going on here. I don't think he's a good defender. And I think that the way that he plays, can hurt us at times. I don't know. Narratives preclude analysis and critical thinking. Yeah, a lot of people with sports, a lot of things in general, but sports, yeah, people are just reactionary, right? And I guess it's because it's so it's I guess similar to politics as well. It's just very emotionally driven. Like these games make you feel a certain way. I don't let games do this to me anymore. It used to a long time ago. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like middle school, maybe high school, where if we lost a game, my whole next day is miserable. like it used to, like my whole day would just be done. Like my happiness going into school will be based on whether or not the Spurs won or lost. And I think that a lot of people still feel that way to an extent. Like they want to go into work and be like, yeah, my team just won, right? So it's very emotionally driven. And when things are very emotionally driven, I think that critical thinking goes out of the window, Critical thing is at an all-time low right now. Well, yeah, in general, for real, yeah. Me, for real? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, it happens. It's okay. It happens. I just think when it gets to the point where they make you feel something, and I guess it'll be it's like emotional reasoning, right? You guys ever heard of emotional reasoning? It's a cognitive distortion. Oops, hold on. Here you go. Emotional reasoning is a cognitive distortion that occurs when someone bases their conclusions on their feelings instead of objective evidence. Feeling jealous and concluding that your spouse is unfaithful. Feeling fat even though your doctor and others say you're within a normal weight range. Feeling anger and aggression towards the San Antonio Spurs and concluding that they're not showing enough effort. There you go. It doesn't have that on there, but yeah, it would be the same thing. People feel a certain way, so they justify their feelings with you know, whatever. Yeah, it happens. But as long as we can watch these games, we're going to feel emotional. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotions, right? Like we should be happy and sad and having a good time, or our adrenaline gets going and we lose and we feel disappointed and sad for a little bit of the night. But it shouldn't completely like just take over your cognitive ability to see what the issue was, you know? If I don't know what the issue was, I will just say, I don't think I know what the issue was. I hate that what happened tonight. Like, for instance, tonight we lost by 140. I don't think I said one time exactly what it was. Like, I thought that our defense was pretty poor. I did think that they played with effort. Like I said, I only saw the second half. Nothing really changed much. I don't know what the main issue was with this game. But I could easily say, you know, you guys already know how I feel about Keldon. I could easily just say it was all Keldon's fault, right? I feel this way. Oh, it's all Keldon's fault. That's an easy thing to jump to. The psychoanalyst segment of the Spurs fan base is going to go crazy. What you mean? Clan, Keldon has been with the Spurs the longest. His game should already be refined by now. I agree. He is a detriment in the fourth due to no defense, but he is good as a spark when our game stalls. Yeah, he's good as a spark. It was most def not Johnson's fault. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if I was using my emotional reasoning, I would just conclude, because that's how I already feel, right? That he hurts the team defensively. I feel this certain way. I jump on here and just rant about Keldon the whole time. It's like, no. This game, I don't know what the issue. It wasn't just Keldon. His defense was bad, but it wasn't just Keldon. Clan, I will give Keldon credit since Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes talked to him. He has been better. When did they talk to him? What game was that? We go over every single game. They're starting to get mixed in with each other. How long ago was that? Because I feel like Keldon's been pretty decent the last 3 games. Maybe it has been longer. When he dunked at the end. Yeah, I know that. I was just trying to think what game that was. That was a tough. Yeah, could we? When he overacted. No, I know what happened. I remember what happened. I just don't remember what game that was. Like, I don't remember who we were playing. You know? Collins hurts me emotionally. Kind of does. Maybe like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was a while ago. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe he has been better since that. Then again, I know the Spurs kind of stepped away from having him finish off the fourth. Ugh. I want to talk about something else and then get out of here. But I don't remember what it was. I think it was something on Twitter. Let's see. By the way, guys, follow me on Blue Sky if you haven't already. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, this. I don't know if this is copyright or not. Oh, is that a good idea to play this? I want to briefly talk about this.
Your damn mouth shut.
There it is. There it is.
Just shut up.
That's right.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
It's best don't say nothing. There ain't no trying to fix. That way you ain't got to fix. What if you're right? What?
He laughs at this guy because he's like, what if you're right? So what they're talking about is being in a relationship. I don't like this at all, mind you. So you can see right here, you can read exactly what I wrote, but like, I don't like this type of advice. Like the whole, like, happy wife, happy life ordeal. I think that that's fine. You know, I think that both partners should try to keep each other happy. But the whole idea to like not talk when something bothers you just to stop an argument from happening. I'm sorry, dude. That seems draining. That seems like someone needs to be more emotionally mature, that you guys can have a conversation if something genuinely bothers you. If it's something small, sure. It's like, oh, yeah, that's not a marriage. Wait, which part? I don't know. It should be. Sometimes you compromise. You should be able to compromise. Like, if it's something that's not that big of a deal, like, oh, she left a sock. She keeps leaving this sock on the ground or whatever. Maybe you can just shut up about that. Like, yeah, it's a bad habit. But I can live with it. It's just a quirk she has. I can live with it, right? Like, I think things like that is totally fine. But when you start talking about like, no, not trying to fix, don't try to fix anything. Don't try to fix it. Just shut up. Just shut up and stay in your place. Let her do whatever. It's like, dude, that's just, I don't know, man. Just seek therapy. Learn how to communicate. Because you don't want to get to the point where you start stonewalling, right? You don't want to stonewall. That can, statistically speaking, stonewalling is one of the errors in communication that result in breakups and results in divorce. Steve is a psycho. He's crazy. I do not like Steve Harvey. His advice is terrible. It's always terrible. It always has been terrible. He tries to act as if he is a relationship expert, and he's not. But no, dude, don't ever get to the point where you feel like you just need to shut up. Like, oh, let's just keep her happy and I don't say anything. It doesn't have to be that way. I think you guys should seek therapy or go to if you can afford it, like some type of relationship, not resort. What are those called? I can't remember. Just do something where you can build up your communication, like, so you don't get to that point. There's something called the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and I highly encourage anybody that wants to get in a relationship or is in a relationship to take a look at this. Here, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. There we go. Wait, do they have a description on this website? Oh no, it's just an Audible. Hold on, give me a second. Here we go. This is a lot of research from Dr. Gottman and his wife, mind you, the Gottman Institute. So you can go to Gottman.com and take a look at it. They even got like a nice little video here. But the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse, what Steve Harvey is advocating for is this: stonewalling. It's stonewalling. Stonewalling occurs when the listener withdraws from the interaction, shutdowns, and simply stops responding to their partner rather than confronting the issues with their partner. People who stonewall can make evasive maneuvers such as tuning out, tuning away. This is just shutting up, acting busy, or engaging in obsessive or distracting behaviors. This is what he's advocating for. Right? Now, to combat stonewalling, because there's antidotes to all of it. Did they put this antidotes on here? Fortunately, each one is proven positive. That I click here to learn about the antidotes. Okay. I believe the antidote for stonewalling, I don't believe this, I know this, is setting time to talk, right? So maybe you can't talk in the moment, but you should go self-soothe, come back and talk at a different time, set a time to talk. Psychological self-soothing, take a break and spend that time doing something soothing and distracting, and then you guys come back and you talk. But you have to always come back and address it. What he's saying is building up resentment, that she's constantly doing something that's bothering you. Shut up about it. Happy wife, happy life, deal with it, because you don't matter as much in the relationship. She does. That's stupid. No offense. Mother effer abused his wife and then let her, or left her when he got famous. Oh God, I didn't even know about that part. Samuel Jackson called out Steve Harvey. I did not know that. I don't even remember how he is famous. I just remember Family Feud. Oh, Steve Harvey is like a great comedian. Yeah, he's a great comedian. He's very funny. He is very funny. Started off stand up, as most great comedians start off. Yeah, you should watch his stand-ups. His stand-ups are pretty good back in the day. Looking to Steve Harvey Puff Daddy. What? That mentality of men not mattering as much in a relationship begins on the first date. Yeah. True. True. Therapist clan. Unironically, I am a therapist, so. Let's see. Steve Harvey Puff Daddy. Steve Harvey Puff Daddy. What? Steve Harvey kissing P. Diddy? That's not what we're talking about. What? Wait, Steve Harvey cheating with P. Diddy? Wait, what? No, I didn't see T.I. in a Gervin jersey. Wouldn't that just be basically Steph Castle? Wait, did Steve Harvey really? This is 5 days ago. Is this for real? Is that AI? Hold on. There's no way. I can't hear anything.
Forward, and the list of accusations just keeps getting longer. Diddy's success used to seem untouchable, but now it feels like everything is closing in on him. And it's not just Diddy feeling the heat. Steve Harvey and a bunch of other celebs who were close to him are also under the microscope.
I didn't know Steve Harvey was close to P. Diddy. Yeah, multiple people saying Steve Harvey and Diddy were swapping things. Swapping? Swapping what?
The ongoing federal probe suggests we've only scratched the surface of what could be one of the biggest celebrity scandals in a long time. For Steve Harvey, being linked to Diddy right now is just adding to the pressure. As new info comes out, it's becoming clearer how much Diddy influenced him and others in his circle.
What? Literally his own kids? What are we talking about? Snowball. Are we talking about the act? Seems like a lot of people were close to Diddy. Well, obviously. I mean, obviously. I'm actually not one of those people that like automatically when you see a photo of Diddy with someone that they're like involved in what Diddy was doing. But I am convinced that you knew something, right? So I guess you are involved in a way. Oh, okay.
Stakes are high not just for Steve, but for anyone who might have been involved, whether they knew it or not. While Steve has decided to cooperate with the authorities, it feels like this story is far from over.
I don't know. This is 2 months ago, so I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. What I do know is Steve Harvey is terrible at giving advice. I just think he's pretty awful overall, right? This advice right here is bad. All right, if you feel like you have the need to just like you have to just shut up and don't, because if you say anything it's an argument, and you don't really feel like you can speak your mind. I think more guys should be more open and saying, hey, can we like get therapy? I care about this relationship and I want to improve my communication and our communication. Can we get therapy? I think because right now he's talking about obviously like straight cis relationships or whatnot. And the dynamic between men and women sometimes is a little, tough. So, but I think most women would probably be okay with that. My assumption is that they would probably be okay with seeking therapy, So, yeah. Take it upon yourself. Do it. Do it before resentment builds up and you're going just so you can say that you went. Like, because a lot of people go to couples counseling not actually to improve, but they go because it's last resort. They just want to be able to say, hey, we tried everything, right? Not actually thinking things are going to improve. So go when you still have hope and not a lot of resentment, you know. To share your feelings. Yeah, it's okay. Just please do that. Please do that. Okay, real talk. I did not know that this blew up. 2.4K likes. It's quite a bit. I liked it myself. Steve Harvey told Brian Wright to sign Zach Collins. Oh, he should go to jail. Wait, why is Toriyama trending? Oh, is it because of the new design that just popped up or whatever? What a ugly design. I haven't watched Daima yet. I need to just start watching Daima. Real talk. But man, that new design for that new character, what is that, man? Have you guys noticed? I want to know if anyone else noticed this. Have you guys, look at this. What is this? It's a terrible design. So have you guys noticed that a lot of anime, and I guess just in general, and I guess it just goes down to what's attractive in one area versus attractive in another. Have you guys noticed that like anime characters, they used to be like super buff in like the 90s? That was kind of the big thing, like 80s and the 90s. And then as time went on, that's not the case anymore. Like now, most anime, the characters are like very slim. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I guess it's just what's conventionally attractive now. It's just different. What's attractive to people. Like this is like the most obvious example. Is like you take Trunks looks so much cooler back then, mind you. I'm sorry, this just looks cooler. But yeah, he was like stupid buff, and then they brought him back as this. And it's like a lot of Timothy Chalamet changed the game. I think he's a product of real talk. I think he's a product of that. One Punch Man, that's a good example. Right? One Punch Man's a great example. Yeah, that's a good example. One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Tanjiro. Like characters that are just smaller now, not like stupid buff. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of wish we had more variety. I know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a thing, but I mean, isn't that kind of like played for jokes? I haven't actually watched it. Easier to illustrate? No, I think it comes down to what we find conventionally. That's my theory. I think it comes down to what we find conventionally attractive now. Like even if you can see the trend in Hollywood as well, right? Like you don't really have your Sylvester. Oh my God, Sylvester. Oh my God, Stallones. Okay, you don't have your Stallones. You don't have your Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like you don't have that. The Rock. No one even likes The Rock. No one even likes The Rock. But at one point in time, it was nothing but this. It was like nothing but builds like this. As the movie star. Look at this. This dude is ridiculously jacked. This is not normal. Wait, where's the... They don't have any picture of him from a movie? I guess this? Everyone looks like this. Every big movie star, like 80s, was like crazy. Middle-aged moms like The Rock. The Rock is so annoying. But yeah, you just don't get that. You just don't get that. And if anything, like buffed characters in movies, I mean, The Rock is just like a plain face. Like he's just, I don't know. He's just in everything, same character all the time. Hopefully that changed with that A24 film he's about to star in. But yeah, now it's like if you have a super buffed character, sometimes it's like played for laughs for the most part, but that wasn't the case back in the day or a long time ago, you know. JoJo just crazy but serious. The Rock is The Rock suck. If I see The Rock starring in anything, dude, I do not want to see the movie. Also, I don't like him. When I found out certain things, I'm like, oh my God. Like when they made that Black Adam film, do you guys know that the only reason the Black Adam film was created is because The Rock pushed it because he didn't want to be a secondary character on Shazam? So they rewrote Shazam so he could have a different villain and then make The Rock his own movie so he could go against Shazam later. Do you know that the only reason why they're creating a live action Moana is because he wants that? He pushed for that? The movie came out not that long. We just got Moana 2, but like the first Moana came out not that long ago. Why are we doing a live action version of it? Bruh, I believe it. It's actually true. I watched a video essay on that. On this guy's ego. It's crazy. And in every movie, he's just the same dude, man. He's just boring. It's the same character. I know that he wants to change that, though. So hopefully that A24 film is cool. But I don't know. It's like... And then you look at an interview of The Rock. It's like, are you even a person? But anyways... let's see. If I type in big movie stars 2014 or 2024, sorry. 2024. I don't think you got a lot of like buff people. And as far as I don't know if it's changed that much for women. Do you guys think it changed like conventionally attractiveness of like what they put in film for women? I don't know if it changed that much, honestly. I know like long legs was like a big thing in the 80s. I don't know. I wasn't born in the 80s, but maybe slightly. Yeah, maybe slightly. I feel like guys is changed more so than women. I guess you still got your grossing stars based on domestic box office. This isn't good. This isn't a good list. Dave Bautista, come on. Come on. He's not the biggest. One of the biggest. Let's see. What Mendino say? Dave Bautista better than both Cena and The Rock? Oh, no, he is. I wasn't trying to say he was a bad actor. I think he's a good actor. I think John Cena is a decent actor too, for what he is. But yeah, I do like Dave Bautista more than John Cena. Prominent male actors. You got Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Cruise, The Rock, Ryan Reynolds. See, I would say Ryan Reynolds is like fit, but I wouldn't say he's like super buff or nothing. Brad Pitt the same way. You know, even Fight Club, like he was fit. I don't think he was like... And that is a while ago. Didn't that come out in 99? Veteran actors. Al Pacino, that's my boy. Christian Bale. I'm surprised no one's putting Timothy Chalamet. That's like the America's heartthrob right now. Are we for real? Hello, Timothy Chalamet. Oh, here we go. This is a good example. So Chris Hemsworth, yes, I would say he's a pretty buff guy, right? I mean, but he's playing a superhero. Tom Holland, right? That's one of the newer age actors, and I wouldn't say he's a big guy. Pedro Pascal, he's been getting a lot of love. I wouldn't say he's a big guy. Chris Pratt, he's just a fit guy. You know, I wouldn't say it's nothing crazy there. Benedict Cumberbatch, There you go. Andrew Garfield, another skinny guy. Tom Holland, he's a little older. Brad Pitt, older. Jim Carrey, older. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Tom Cruise, Adam Sandler, Timothy Chalamet. That's another new age. Very skinny. I could say Michael B. Jordan is pretty. His roles, it kind of demanded it, being a boxer and, let's see. Jake Gyllenhaal. By the way, Jake Gyllenhaal is my favorite actor in Hollywood. But I wouldn't say he's a new age actor, but he's still got a lot of more films to go, right? I wouldn't say I don't think at any point he was, huge or anything. Look at him in Nightcrawler, bro. You guys seen Nightcrawler? That is a great film. He's the only actor, well, not the only. He's one of the only actors, though, that I could see him in something new and forget that it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, I don't know what he's like in real life because every movie he's challenging himself. Look at this build. I mean, he's supposed to be a creep, but like, look at this build. Look at him. Look at that little guy. He still look pretty fit. But like, look at him. Willem Dafoe, the most selfless. Oh, I skipped over. I guess I didn't get to him yet. Willem Dafoe's great, but he's older. Robert Pattinson, right? Like, maybe you guys would be like, oh, he's a beefy dude or whatever, but not really. I mean, his big break. I mean, I know Twilight people would say it was a big break, but I think his big break, as in like being an actor, was a Good Time. And in Good Time, he wasn't no beef guy. Let's see. That dude is so sleazy in this movie, I swear. He is so sleazy in this movie. Donnie Darko, maybe Jake's best. I've seen parts of Donnie Darko. I need to go back and actually watch it. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's like. Let's see what else we got here. Mark Wahlberg's a little bit older. Mark Ruffalo, a little bit older. Daniel Craig, a little bit older. Matt Damon. Dave Bautista. Okay, Jason Momoa, I will say, he's been getting a lot of love lately. I don't know if I would say his size is played for laughs or anything. So I guess they still have their place in Hollywood, right? Joaquin Phoenix, he still got a lot of fight, a lot more films to go, I'm sure. He's a skinny guy. Tobey Maguire, Michael Keaton, Isaac, Chris Pine. Yeah, Chris Pine's another one that he's not. Yeah, I just think that type of actor is kind of gone now. It's not really a thing anymore. Like, you got a couple people, but they have their place. But at one point, like, that was kind of the thing. Jason reminds me of the new age The Rock. I don't know. I liked him in Game of Thrones. He can be quite a few things. Like, I feel like he can be intimidating. He can also be fun. Charisma. I know The Rock has charisma, but I don't think The Rock... There's no... Yeah. Clan is 6'6", 240. I'm actually 6'3", 220. I need to get down to 190, though. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm working on. Not gonna lie, Denzel is up there. Denzel a little older. All right, let's see movie stars, women. I don't think much has changed as far as what it takes to be a woman in Hollywood. It's always just been thin, right? There's like no, there's nothing really different. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing. Let's see, because something else I'm noticing right off the bat is the top star. There's way more. I guess you got to be young too. It's all these, top women. You got 34, 28, 22. I don't really get the appeal of Jenna Ortega. I'm not saying she's a bad actor. I don't really get the love. Like, I feel like Zendaya has shown, like, and she's a little older than Jenna Ortega, but she's shown that she's a really great actor. In Euphoria, Jenna Ortega, I don't know how challenged she's, like, how many roles have been like a true challenge. I guess she was good in Scream. Scarlett Johansson. I love Scarlett Johansson. She's such a great actor, dude. Yeah, all of these women younger, 40, 30s, right at 40, 20s, 30. Kate Winslet, 49, 20. I love Winona Ryder. She's great. I never really liked Sandra Bullock that much. Gal Gadot, she's a terrible actor. I don't care what anyone says. She's pretty terrible. She's pretty awful. People just want Jenna to punch them in the face. Oh, okay. Like the Wednesday personality type thing. Julia Roberts. I don't know if I really like Julia Roberts. Where's my girl? They're not going to put my girl in top 30? Where's Frances McDermott? We really not going to put her in the top 20? Sabrina Carpenter, Ariana Grande over Jamie Lee Curtis. Where is Frances McDermott? One of the best actors in Hollywood. Hey, Regina King. Am I missing her? Did I skip her? Keke Palmer. I do not like Keke Palmer. I haven't seen one movie where I came out of it and I was like, Keke Palmer was great. I don't know. Wait, and also where's what is up with this list? Is Frances McDermott really not on this list? Because they're also missing who's from How to Get Away with Murder? Why is her name blanking right now? She's better than most of these actors on this list. You didn't like Nope? Nope. I'm just kidding. I thought the movie was fine, but I found Keke Palmer annoying. It's like I always felt like she was acting, I didn't feel like this was a real person. Viola Davis? Is it Viola Davis? That's crazy. Neither one of them on this list. Because I think Frances McDermott is still a great actor. Go see 3 Billboards out of... Let's see, Billboards. Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Go watch this movie. I saw it twice. She's great in this film. And when did this come out? 2017? Viola Davis. Yeah. Viola Davis is so good. She's so good. As far as acting ability, I think she destroys everyone on that list that we just looked at. Maybe not. Wait, also, hold on. I gotta give some love here. Monster movie. Who starred in Monster? Was it Charlize Theron? Was she on that list? She might have been on the list. That'd be crazy if she wasn't. All right, we're about to give some love here. And then, all right, I got some movies for y'all if you haven't seen them. You want to see some crazy great women acting. just some great acting in general that you've ever seen. There's some really great ones. So you got Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Go see that right now if you haven't seen it. Go watch it. I think it's on Netflix right now. Go watch it. It's great. Charlize Theron in Monster, in which she plays I can't remember the serial killer's name. It's a real life story. You go and watch the interviews of who she's playing. She sounds just like her. It's crazy. Charlize Theron is a great actress, but they say she's a diva. Oh, okay. I never know with those types of things because, you know, sometimes they'll say, like, if a woman gets classified as difficult to work with, then they get, like, no roles anymore. Meanwhile, like, guys, like, we can be as difficult to work with as humanly possible and still get roles. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case with her. But I just know this performance is phenomenal. And then 3 Billboards Out of Ebbing, Missouri, which her and Viola Davis might be my favorite female actors. Frances McDermott also starred, if you want a younger Frances McDermott, with Blood Simple, I think. You can also watch Blood Simple. It's a good movie. Yeah, Blood Simple. Oh my goodness, she is young. She's great in this. So you can watch Blood Simple. Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron didn't like each other on Mad Max movie. Oh, I didn't know that. Tom Hardy seems pretty, like, cool, but I don't know. Tom Hardy's a great actor. I don't think they had him on that list, did they? I don't know. Those are some movies for you, if you're interested. 3 Billboards Out of Ebbing, Missouri. Monster from 2001, I think. Marriage Story. And Blood Simple. He's an odd fella for sure. I do not understand an actor of his caliber taking on Venom. A terrible series like Venom. That kind of bothers me. He's too good for that. Christian Bale, Vice. See, Christian Bale is someone that I've heard is tough to work with. Christian Bale, Vice. Oh, that's a good makeup job. I'm currently in the process of watching Penguin. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of watching Penguin. So, yeah, I think that makeup on Penguin is crazy, man. Kerry Washington, great actress too. Kerry Washington is a good actor. Kerry Washington. I agree. You know, I'm not like the biggest fan in the world or nothing, but yeah. Penguin is 10 out of 10. Yeah, I think I'm like at episode 6. Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Yeah, Kerry Washington is pretty awesome. I also saw, this is the most recent movie I saw in the theaters. Me and my girlfriend saw it. Went to see Heretic, and guys, this is like a really great film. I thought it was masterfully done. It was one of those movies that, like, while I was watching, I was like, this is a solid 10 out of 10. And then it ended in a way, and I was like, oh God, okay, I'm bringing it down to an 8. And then it did something else, and I was like, oh, never mind. 10 out of 10. It's a great movie, man. I don't think it's getting a lot of praise. I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. It's pretty controversial. 7 out of 10. What, Penguin or? On my list, looks really good. Yeah, it's a great film. You know, if you're super religious, you might be offended. You might be slightly offended by it. But I truly think anybody could watch it and like get something out of it. It was pretty great. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. really wanted to watch, but I've missed it. No, I think it's it's still in theaters. I guess you don't have to tell me your area code. Like what city are you in? I guess. Because it's still in theaters, I'm sure. Maybe 8. Why are you giving it so low? What was it about it that would give it an 8? You know? I mean, to me, it's like a solid... Okay, well, you know, I give Parasite a 10 out of 10. And it's no Parasite, you know? So, like, I mean, I guess we can go with 9 if you want. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. 8 is good, though. No, 8 is good. It's just... I'll be curious of what made it lose a point. I've seen better, yeah. I don't know, man. For what it did, I thought that it was masterful in it for what it was trying to do. I don't know. I see very few like little flaw in the movie. I had a good time. I think one of the things that happened, maybe this is a good reason to take a point off. One of the things I have is a little convoluted. That's a little bit of a stretch. One thing in particular that they do. I'm like, that's a little bit of stretch what you just did there. But other than that, I enjoyed it. I would, like I told you though, I would have brought it down to an 8 if the ending ended how I thought it was about to end. And when it didn't end the way that I thought it was going to end, I was like, oh, okay. Ooh, we're not, I get what just happened. Cool. But could have cult following, could see it. Yeah, it's one of those movies too that I think the reason why I appreciate it is a lot of Hollywood films, you go into it and it ends in a certain way where it's pretty predictable. You know exactly how it's going to end. They want you to go home feeling great so you can go tell other people, hey, go see this movie. It was so great. You know, that's the reason why they changed the ending of Get Out. I thought the original Get Out ending was better than what they changed it to when I actually heard about what the ending was going to be and the deleted scene and all that. I thought that's a better ending. And that's the reason why I prefer Korean films over most American films, because those movies end how they want it to end. It could be bittersweet, it could be good, it could be bad, you know, but it's full on what the artist intended. And I feel like Heretic is one of those rare films, and I guess you can take more risks when you are a horror film, but it's one of those rare films where they just did what they wanted to do. And I felt uneasy the whole movie, mind you. Yeah, anyways, if you guys are down, you should go see it. I'm pretty sure it's still in theaters. Dang, I really gotta watch now. No, I think it genuinely is a great film. You know, if you can take it, you know, it like I said, some people, I don't really have that right now. Or I don't have that anymore where like I leave feeling super bad. I just take what the artist intended and, you know, it's what they wanted me to feel. And I'm happy that I feel that, right? Like I can leave a movie that makes me feel empty and I'm happy that I feel that emptiness because that's what the point of film was. It made me feel something, right? It made me think on things. Honestly, the best example of this, and this is probably what changed it for me, is when I went to see, or I didn't go to see it, but when I first saw Chaser. And this is why I love Korean films. So this is a film where it ends, if you have an American brain, okay, and you have a Hollywood brain, you think you know how it's going to end, but it doesn't end how you think it's going to end. And I remember watching this and and feeling so empty, and I was actually angry about it. I was angry at the movie about it, but then as time went on, you know, it never left me. I will always remember this film, and I genuinely love it now. Thinking back on it, I love this film. It's just, you know, and now I've gotten so used to Korean movies that like I'm cool with whatever ending. I just don't want you to BS an ending, you know. Don't make it a great happy ending just because, you know, just like don't stretch it. Is basically a high grade creep from Netflix. What are we talking about? Very long theme dialogue was written good. Wait. Oh, are you saying Heretic was a high grade creep from Netflix? I do like Creep. Creep's a little different, you know, found footage, but I get what you're saying, high grade. I thought that this character had his motivations made more sense in Heretic, and I thought that his points on what he was trying to get across just made sense overall. I was very interested because of the main actor. I just saw that. But yeah, Chaser's another great film if you're down to feel empty. It's a good movie though. It genuinely is a great movie all the way out, all the way through. And then another one is Train to Busan. And I don't even have to tell you about this. I know you guys seen Train to Busan. This is another one where it's like zombie film, but it's not just a zombie movie, man. And it ends in a way that Hollywood would never end a film. Yeah, so this would be a good one to watch too if you haven't seen these. Train to Busan is such a good movie. It's so much fun. I guess I missed the Spurs talk and Inner Cinema talk. Oh yeah, you missed all that. It's okay. I'm uploading them tomorrow. Uploading them tomorrow. But if you want a little bit of Spurs talk, July, just really quick. I don't really know how to feel about Zach Collins anymore. I've tried my best to be understanding and say, hey, he's just out of position, not necessarily his fault. But now it's getting to the point where it just seems like morale is really low, and we would need more veterans like Zach Collins to be able to keep the morale up and not purposely eject your game or eject yourself from games. I don't understand what's going on. It's been a weird vibe this entire season, and now it's getting to the point where I just don't know what's going on with him. And it could very well just be that his confidence is shot, but you know, I don't know. You got to get it together. I don't know. It's tough. It's a little disappointing, to be honest. Zach Collins needs to go to being thrown out was weird. No, when I rewatched it, he actually said something to the refs and walked off. And then they gave him the tech. And then he turned around and he said, F you. You could hear it. And then they gave him another tech and kicked him out. And then he flipped him off. He flipped him off after that. Maybe he doesn't want to be here anymore. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. 28 days later, I Am Legend 2 gonna go crazy in the U.S. Who's starring in I Am Legend 2? Do we know? He flipped him off. Didn't see that. He flipped him off after the Here, I got you. This was after they ejected him. But he has said F you right before that, so I don't know what's going on with him. Oh well, it adds up. Yeah, it was justified. See, I was asleep when it happened, so everyone just told me like, oh, it wasn't really justified. But after me watching it, it's like, no, he should have got thrown out, man. But yeah. What else? anger issue? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. All right, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of hopium. I truly do think that the Spurs are going to be okay, though. Okay? I know that it doesn't look the prettiest right now, right? With a few losses under our belt, but I don't think that that's the end of the world. I know that people have been in and out of the roster. We knew going into the season that we're still going to need a small forward for the future. Harrison Barnes is just a placeholder. We're still going to need a center, a backup center, and Zach Collins and Bassey are just placeholders for the future, especially Zach Collins. I think he's definitely a placeholder for now. So we're going to get those things, right? No excuse to lose as badly as some of these games that the Spurs have lost. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be fine. I still say we get 44 wins. That's my prediction. 44 wins, no playoffs, but that's a huge improvement from last season, and we're going in the right direction. In the upcoming draft, that's when things get spicy, okay? That's when things get exciting. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Clan, thanks for being my passenger buddy on my drive from Austin to Dallas. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were... Be careful, man. Okay, so you said from Austin to Dallas. Let me look up Austin movies. Austin, Texas movie theaters. I've been to an Alamo Draft House, not in Texas, but I love it so much. Let's see, movie showtimes. See if I can find Heretic for you. This movie's already out? Daniel Craig? I didn't even know that was already out. Or is this later? No, I think it's saying it's already out. Yeah, it's already out. Okay, maybe you can't find... Oh, here it is. You see it here at... What movie theater is this? South Lamar Boulevard, Riga Westgate. It's playing there. So, you could see it. It's in the area. It's in your area, you know. You can still see it. You're good to go. How do you say that? Nosferatu? Nosferatu? I'm actually going to go see that on Christmas. Oh, okay. Sweet. Yeah, you can find these movies. Like, they're going to be somewhere. It ain't fully gone yet. When I saw it, I mean, it was the last on the list at the theaters because it's been out for a while. And I saw it on the smallest screen, but I saw it nonetheless. But, I mean, I'm not in Texas, but still. Yeah, so there you go. You can still see it. Y'all got a lot of movies playing. Near me, there is not this many movies playing. I mean, the big ones are, but Substance is a cool movie. You guys told me to watch it. I watched it. It was good. All right, that's all I got. Watch Fractured. It's on Netflix. Okay, it got a bad rating, but is it controversial? Because I'm cool with bad ratings if they're controversial. Is it like one of those you never know, you might like it, you might not like it type deal? Like how people will hate Old Boy just because of the ending? So is it fun? It seems like it's at least fun. When it's like 50-50 on both ends like that, it's usually controversial. But I don't know. Austin is big for films. I heard. Clan, I agree Spurs will be fine. As long as we don't have any minor or season-ending injuries, we'll be okay. Yeah, they'll be all right. Let me put it on the list. He said Fractured. All right, guys, I'm hopping off. in Sonic 3. I haven't seen the second Sonic. Nosferatu. Nosferatu. And then someone says Nosferatu. 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 Watch Daima, please, clan. Okay. I will. It's getting good. Okay. I will. Now that I'm in the process, early on, all right, getting my grammar rules down for Japanese. I know English, having English subs on isn't going to help me that much, but I'll hear some words. I'll get to hear some words that I'm learning, so sure. I might as well, because I do not want to wait till January. That's when the English dub comes out. I don't want to wait that long. Diamond was lit today? Okay, I'm going to watch it. It's getting good. Anyways, good night. Tell your girl to translate while watching if you need it. I'll tell her. I mean, I'm going to have the English subs on, so. Best scene in Diamond as far is with Minotaur? Okay. Idris is hilarious as Knuckles and Knuckles show on Paramount. I haven't watched that. Idris is awesome. Idris Elba. I don't think he was on that list. What a weird list. All right. Good night, y'all. Good night. Don't spoil, guys. He has to catch up. I'm going to get there. I'll watch some more. Let me see when I have time. I can watch some more tomorrow night. Yeah, I could watch quite a bit tomorrow night. I might watch it with my brother. That might be a good idea. My brother hasn't watched Dragon Ball in a while. I might watch it with my brother. Alright, good night, y'all. Bye. I'll see you. Oh, I probably should say that. I'll see you on. Play Sunday? I'll see you on Sunday. Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday. Peace out.